Hey everyone, so this video is my NHL player rankings for the Montreal Canadiens, where I'm going to rank them kind of like power rankings from 24 to 1. I'm trying a bit of a new setup. Hopefully it'll look better, it'll come out better. Okay, so what we do is I take the games from last week, so 1 week ago in the last 7 days, obviously, and then I kind of rank them and I adjust them to how they're playing for those last 3 games. And we come up with what we got. So the last 3 games this week, and this was the week of, today is the 16th. I'm filming this. Actually, I'm filming this on the 17th. I should have on the 16th, but the cutoff is the 16th. And it goes from Monday to Monday. So the last week, we were at Pittsburgh and a 4-1 win. We're at home to Ottawa, a 2-1 win in overtime, and at home to Detroit, that ugly 2-1 loss. So this is kind of how I'm ranking these guys from where they were last week, and I'll tell you if they moved up or down, and to where they are this week. So to start off now, we've got KK and Mete. That's why they're in black. They are still on the IR. They made the trip with Montreal. They are skating in practice, but they're wearing the non-contact jerseys. So they're not ready yet, so they are on the board here. Now, the other 2 guys, Byron and Drouin, they're more long-term, so they've got a bunch of call-ups with everybody. I took them off so that I can get everybody else that's actually possibly going to play onto this list. So, first one on the list that's not injured is Otto Leskinen. Now, Leskinen, he moved down 2. He had no points. He was even, and he had 2 shots, and then he was sent down after the Red Wings game. So he's not on the team right now. He was sent back down, but he played all 3 games, and those were his stats, and he was down 2 from 20. Because last week I did have Byron and Drouin on there, but they've called up, there's more call-ups, and that's why I have to do that. At number 19, I'm jumping now. Let me get my pen. At number 21. So number 21 is Folan. Folan's been recalled. He has not played a game, but he's on the roster, and he's recalled, and you never know, he might get into a game. Folan at number 21, so no stats from last week, because like I said, he didn't play. And I have him ahead of Leskinen only because Leskinen was sent down. When we played, he was sent down, so it's just the way I worked it out. If you don't like it, make a comment. I know. I probably should have put Folan at number 22. So, anyways, that's how it is on this list right now. Number 20 is... and Folan, first time back on the list, so there's no up or down. Number 20, down 1 spot, is Mike Riley. Did not play. Still on the team, so he makes the list, but he's down 1 spot from number 19. At number 19... is Jordan Wheel. Now, Jordan Wheel is down 1 spot from number 18. He had 0 points. He was even, and he had 1 shot in the last 3 games. Didn't produce much. He hasn't been for a little while, so obviously not going to move very far up this list, and that's why he came down 1 spot into number 19. If he keeps up that play, once Mete and KK are back and the list is more active, he'll probably fall a little farther down if he keeps it up like that. At number 18, and I believe is that first time on the list? First time on the list is Riley Barber. So Barber is up ahead of up ahead of Wheel, because I liked his play at least. I thought he played a little bit more solid a game. He still had 0 points. He was even, and he had 4 shots. So not like they're greater stats or anything, but I liked his play a little more. So I don't know if you're having trouble seeing this, but I'm hoping this is going to work out. Until I get I'm going to get a regular whiteboard, and it'll look better down in the future. But for now, I got to go with what I got. Okay, enough crying to you guys. Sorry. Number 17, and down 3 spots. So number 17 and down 3 spots is Cale Fleury. Okay, so Fleury comes down to 3 spots because other people were playing a little better. Also, the adjustment of taking Drew and Byron off the list. He had 0 points. He was even, and 2 shots. So again, no points, like no production. Not that he played bad, but there was no production, so he came down 3 because other people passed him by. At number 16, staying in the same spot at number 16 is Brett Kulak. So Kulak, also no points, also even. Kind of odd, everybody's even at this point. They have no pluses, no minuses. He had 7 shots. That's why he stayed there and didn't go get moved down. He and I like Kulak's play since I'm not sure now exactly when Mete went out and they had to move everybody up. Kulak's been solid, playing the way he was last year pretty much, and deserved to stay at least there. At number 15, and again, first time back on the list, is everyone's one of the favorites, anyways, of the rookies, Ryan Poehling. Poehling played the last 2 games. I think 2 games. It might have only been 1, but I think it was 2. He did not get any points. Also even, and 3 shots. But the thing is, his play was really good. He was kind of almost exceptional, except there was no offense that came from it. But people just bragging about his play. I did not focus on him when watching the games, but I also didn't notice that he was making mistakes and costing the team. So Ryan Poehling, first time back on the list, is at number 15. At number 14 and up 1 spot. Number 14 and up 1 spot, even though he's currently not on the roster, is Cayden Primeau. The reason Cayden Primeau is not on the roster is not because he's not coming back up to play, because apparently this is their strategy now. When he is going to play, in other words, when Price does need a game off, they are going to call Primeau back up, and he will be on the team, and he will play as the backup goalie. In between that, Charlie Lindgren is up to back up Price just in case of any emergencies, but more than likely is not going to get into any games. Primeau, the advantage of that, and the advantage of having the team in Laval, is that it's easy to send him back down. He can go and play there in between starts in Montreal. Primeau needs to get 40 to 50 games played in this season. If he's going to be backing up Price, at the best he's going to get 20. Not good enough for his development, so a very smart move. Instead of trying to find another goalie, they're using Primeau in a way that it's definitely tolerable because he's getting enough games in. This was the reason why I didn't want to see Primeau up here, is because he wouldn't get enough games for his development. Didn't think that would be good for him. This is a great solution. So Primeau moves up. What did he say? He moves up 1. He had 1 win. A 1 point. I think it was actually a 1.50. I wrote 1.00 goals against, but I think it was actually 1.50. I've somewhere around 930 save percentage. And like I said, he was sent down, but he will be coming back up. At number 13, and the last one on this board, is one of the Knicks, Nick Cousins. Nick Cousins moves. No, he doesn't. He stays the same. He had 1 goal for 1 point. He was a -1 with 9 shots. Cousins basically staying there because I thought everybody else either deserved to be ahead of him or scored more, whatever the production. But Cousins at 13, lucky 13 in this case. I like the play of Nick Cousins. I don't think he's a top 6 player, but when you have him on the bottom 6, he does a great job, I think. Lacking the words right now for some reason to tell you why, but Nick Cousins at number 13. I'm going to switch boards. I'm going to be right back. All right, so moving to the next board, and number 12. Number 12 also staying the same is Uncle Nate. I always say that, I don't know why, but Nate Thompson staying the same. He had no points, +1 and 2 shots. He stays the same, doesn't move behind Cousins, who had a goal, because I really liked his play. That his play hasn't dropped off. He's so intense, smart player. Had a couple of chances for goals, and I just really like his play and thought he deserved to at least stay in the same spot. At number 11 and moving down 2 spots. So number 11, moving down 2 spots, is a guy, if I can remember how to spell his name, who if he could only finish a little better, and it's a pun because he's a Finnish player, Arturi Lehkonen. If only Lehkonen could pull the trigger a little bit more often. This guy gets so many chances. What saves his bacon is the fact that away from the puck and on the defensive side, Lehkonen is almost invaluable. He does so many little things you don't really notice that are just invaluable to this team. And Lehkonen is a valued member of this team, no matter what you want to think, or if you don't like him or he can't score. He does so many other things. Next up, I'm losing my voice. Excuse me, guys. Next up at number 10, the guy who I think, and by the way, moving up one, the guy who I think is going to score the overtime goal is Jeff Petrie. So Petrie moves up to number 10. Petrie's numbers were 1 assist for 1 point. He was even and had 6 shots. I like his overall play, getting a little bit better. He was kind of in a bit of a, almost like a brain fart slump because he made a few bad plays in that winless streak. And it's taken him a while to get back to get back to where he was at the beginning of the year. But he's starting to get there, and his game's looking a lot better. So he moves up 1 and into number 10. At number 9, and moving down 3 spots into number 9, and that is Max Domi. So Max Domi moving down 3 spots. Even though he had 2 assists for 2 points, he was a +2, and he had 4 shots. I liked his play was a little bit better. He was more into the game. But Max Domi is slumping. There's no doubt. Max Domi's 2 assists are not enough in 3 games. Not at this point, and not after the way his production has been. He needs to step it up. So because of that, and a couple of he just makes take some bad penalties here and there, and so I moved him down 3, based on also the fact that the guys that are at the top had some really good weeks, even though it was low scoring, but they still had some really good weeks. That's why Max Domi moves down 3 into number 9, and number 8, move on to number 8. Enough about Domi. Down also 3 spots into number 8. One of my favorite players, and the guy I think is going to get the first. I actually had him as the first goal. When I heard that it was Armia's, it will be Armia's 100th point, his next point, I changed who I think is, because I have a feeling that could make a difference. But Nick Suzuki has moved down 3 spots into number 8. He had no points. He was even and 4 shots. Yeah, he made a lot of really nice little passes. As Brian Wilde, the guy I like to read, he says these sublime passes, they really are. His skill set is coming around, but he also no production. He very few shots, and he should have been in that Detroit game. He could have made a difference there by getting into the front of the net. So just on those kind of things, I thought he deserved to move down 3. Also based on the fact that the guys that moved up had much better weeks, I thought. At number 7. And up 3, and a guy who really deserved to be up 3, and not based on his point production alone, although he did get, no, definitely not based on his point production, is Ben Sherratt. Not Sherroy. Ben Sherratt. Ben Sherratt's game has definitely come around. He's making a really good pairing partner with Shea Weber. His skating speed is better than we thought, so he can keep up. He may be able to play that puck moving guy that we need on that first pairing. He's playing well. He's handling the minutes. I did a lineup video, the one previous to 2 previous of this, and I think that he's probably best suited there. We're not going to go pick up a defenseman that's going to come in and be the a top 4 guy. But I think Sherratt has reached that. Oh, also, this was the point that I almost forgot. With Mete coming back, I think you leave Sherratt there, and it gives a better balance through the lineup, and it'll reduce the minutes that first pairing is playing. I don't think Sherratt can play those 30 minutes a game all the way through the rest of the season, but with bringing Mete back, when Mete comes back in, I think there's going to be an adjustment on the pairings, and it's going to help to reduce the ice time for that top line. And I think that's going to be good going forward, because I don't think Sherratt can handle these kind of minutes for the rest of the season. But my God, he's playing really good and definitely deserves to be up at number 7. Number 6 is the guy who I think is going to get that first goal, Joel Armia. Aria. Oh yeah, Joel Aria. That's a new player we just acquired. No, Yoel Armia. So I think Armia moves up 2 spots. He had a goal, 2 assists for 3 points. He was a +3 in 10 shots. Definitely deserving of moving up. His offense was still there. His game is still there. I really like Armia's game. He's kind of having a breakout season. And he had a good week, and he moves up into number 6. Moving up 2 spots into number 5 is our beloved goalie, Carey Price. Carey Price moves up 2. He was 1-1-0 with a 1.50 goals against. Well, maybe that's the 1.50. Maybe Primo did have a 1.00 goals against. Sorry. Price had a 1.50 and a 9.35 save percentage. Good numbers. His play is much better. Back to being Carey Price. And yeah, he deserved to come up those 2 spots. So Carey Price in number 5. In number 4, staying the same. In number 4, guy I like to call Bookham Dano. That's an old Hawaii 5-0 reference. Look it up. So Phil Dano. Phil Dano stays the same at number 4. No, number 7. He had 2 assists for 2 points, a +2, and 4 shots. Dano does so many things on the offense, on the defense. He's such a great 2-way player. He had a good week. Intense, whatever you want to say. His game was there on the offense. He could have had a few more points if you ask me in a couple of those games. Phil Dano staying the same at number 4. Love that guy. Moving down 1, and not really because of the way he played, I got to tell you, but it's because of the other guy's play. But moving down 1, our beloved, can I say that again? Captain, Shea Weber. Weber moves down 1. He had a goal, 3 assists, and 4 points. He was a +2 and 10 shots. And I think maybe probably the biggest reason, he made a couple of defensive errors, I think, in those 3 games. Not great, not like a ton of them. But so I moved him down. The other guys, I thought deserved to stay ahead of him, the other 2. And Weber, number 3, had a great week. At number 2, having another good week, even though he's moving down from number 1. At number 2, and I'm going to write the small version of it. Sorry, guys. Brendan Gallagher, who I was reading a preview just to get ready for my preview video, and someone called him Brian Gallagher. I read it, Brian Gallagher. Wait, what? Brendan Gallagher. How somebody doesn't know his name. So he moves down 1. He was the top guy last week. He had a goal and 2 assists for 3 points. He was a +1 with 11 shots, leading the team, as always, every week. I love his play. This guy never gives up, never quits. Second effort level is amazing. And just love the guy. Heart and soul of the team. Brendan Gallagher moving down 1 because number 1, Thomas Tatar, had a pretty good week. And I thought he deserved to move up the 2. He moves up 2 spots from number 3 to number 1. He had 3 goals, 1 assist for 4 points, a +1, and 6 shots. And very deserving of the number 1. He's leading the team in points. Just a fantastic season right now for Thomas Tatar. There's so many people on Twitter talking about trading him to get a good package of this, that. How do you take your leading scorer away? Unless you're just not going to make the playoffs and you suck completely, how does anybody think to do that? So Thomas Tatar moves up to first spot for this week. And there you have it. Threw that down too hard. So there you have it. There's the player rankings for, it's week 7 for me because I didn't start it right at the beginning, for the week ending December 16th, 2019. So there you have it. Thomas Tatar leads. And until next week, thanks for watching. Give a thumbs up if you like the video. While you're on the way doing that, subscribe and ring the notification. That's what you do. Subscribe, ring the notifications bell. That's down there. That's going to get you your daily fix of Blue, Blanc, Rouge from Talking Habs. And that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. Go Habs, go. See you next week. Bye, y'all. I usually do that, but I'm using one hand here, so bye, y'all.